Hey guys, episode 136 rounding out this week. We've got one show to talk about because apparently Lucha Underground's not back until the summer.
Yeah, this one's going to be a short one, guys. It's just NXT.
Lucha Underground, from what I saw from their website today, they showed like a best of. So if you did watch NXT, or if you did watch Lucha Underground, you saw like some of the best moments from the 3 seasons or the 2.5 seasons that we've gotten so far. But we're talking about NXT. We're getting ever so closer to NXT TakeOver San Antonio. And we found out last week, when Asuka asked for that women's championship match, that it is officially a fatal 4-way.
Yeah.
Where Asuka will defend against Nikki Cross, Peyton Royce, and Billie Kay. And one of her opponents, Nikki Cross, was in our very first match. She would take on Kennedy Lewis, a.k.a. Kennedy Brink. Depending on where you've seen her. I've seen her do one match on Ring of Honor, and that's about it. And her only offense maneuver was one slap, and the rest of it was just Nikki Cross just
beating her up,
destroying her. Ended up beating her with a fisherman neckbreaker, and Nikki Cross picks up a win, so she's got a little bit of momentum heading into San Antonio.
Bearing the cross.
That's a badass name for a finisher. They probably won't call it that.
Come on, WWE. Book it.
Tweet it Triple H. He might.
That's true.
He might pass that along.
Yeah.
No Way Jose is talking about how he's just gonna keep doing what he does in 2017. He's gonna have a fiesta with his friends. He's gonna have a fiesta with his opponents. He's just gonna have fun. He's gonna smile. He's gonna fight. And then apparently Kona Reeves is mad at him because, this was like a couple months ago.
This was a while ago.
Sanity came out and attacked both Kona Reeves and Rich Swann, and No Way Jose came out specifically to save Rich Swann
before the Cruiserweight division debuted on Raw.
Yeah, it was like just before, and so because Rich Swann and No Way Jose were tag team partners, it made sense. But we really didn't take into consideration that they just didn't care about Kona Reeves. Just kind of hanging out there. And apparently he took offense to it. And called No Way Jose like, oh, you want to talk about friendship? I thought we were friends. And you came out and you helped Rich Swann. You didn't care about me. So now they're going to have a match next week. Because we got to get Kona Reeves on TV somehow.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves is a little bit of a bitch.
You're going to always call him that.
Call him what? That's his name, isn't it?
Can you say it again?
Keanu Reeves. Kind of like the guy that was in that Matrix movie. Keanu Reeves.
Jesus Christ. We move on. The Revival are still set. They were
the most badassest team of all of 2016, and they're going to do it again. They're going to make 2017 a repeat.
Yeah.
Double bangs.
You almost went Macho Man with that.
Top guys. All year, all the next year.
Dig it.
Fuck it. They're predicting bold top guys for 2018, too. First ever 8-time NXT Tag Champions.
They tried to say that the NXT Tag Title match at NXT TakeOver between DIY and the Authors of Pain should be a triple threat match, and that the Revival should be involved. But TM61 is like, no, see, that's not how it works because you lost, so you have to kind of fight your way up to that point again, and then they turn around and they're like, no, see, we're top guys. We don't do things the same way that everyone else does. We do things our way.
Like I said, the badass in this team of 2016.
And so they gave TM61 a little bit of credit, like, hey, you guys are great. You're great wrestlers. You look good. You're young. You're hungry. This is great. But you're like the bottom feeders of the tag team division. You're the tilapia of NXT tag division.
You know, like the cheap fish sticks.
Yeah.
That's like fish mush molded into stick form.
Yeah, I don't like those.
That's usually like tilapia.
Really?
Yeah.
Kind of gross. I think TM61 is probably better than tilapia.
TM61 is the Arctic cod of the tag team division.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right. So the Revival say, all right, well, we'll get you guys in the ring tonight, and we're not gonna make it easy. We're not gonna pin you. We're not gonna make you submit tonight. We're going to cripple you.
Which is code for you're gonna injure your knee.
It's fucked up, man. Roderick Strong had fun with Steve Cutler for a second.
That's the best way to describe it. Steve Cutler had like 30 seconds of offense and
that's being generous.
It's like 30 seconds of offense in like a 6-minute long match.
His biggest thing that he did to Roddy was he had a sleeper hold, and Roddy just kept running him into the turnbuckle and breaking the sleeper hold. And Roddy was like throwing him around.
Yeah.
And Cutler, I think, has at least 50 pounds on Roddy. Roddy's just tossing him around like a fucking rag doll, man.
Well, Roddy is a guy who's deceptively strong.
Yeah.
If you want,
he's got strong in his name, goddammit.
Yeah, well, I mean, and if you think about it, like, one of the first people he ever trained with was Jim Neidhart.
That's saying something.
And if you got to think of, like, somebody who probably can give good strength training tips, Jim Neidhart looks like one of those dudes.
He's a strong dude. So, needless to say, Roderick Strong defeated Steve Cutler.
What a thick kick.
Beat him with a sick kick. And then we had
his foot vomited all over him.
We had the backstage interviewer, who I still don't know her name, ended up coming up and say, hey, Andrade Almas said that he's coming after you last week. What do you have to say? He's like, I don't care about Andrade. I came here for the NXT Championship, and that's what I'm going after. But we now know that Roddy will indeed face Andrade San Almas at NXT TakeOver San Antonio.
Yeah.
So this might end up being a #1 contender feud of sorts. We might end up seeing the two of these guys battle for a bit to determine who's going to face whomever will be the champion in the coming weeks.
I don't know. This, I feel like, was we want Roderick Strong on TakeOver. Let's find a reason.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like solid booking.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because, like, even when they asked, like, Andrade Almas, like, in his promo that he did post when he beat Oney Lorcan, like, he didn't even give, like, a real specific reasoning why he wanted to call out Roderick Strong.
Yeah,
So, I just feel like it's like, oh, I'm going to call out Roderick Strong because they want me to. So he can have a match at TakeOver because Roderick Strong is a popular guy.
Let's see what happens. It could work out. It could be a fantastic match.
Oh, I won't doubt that it's going to be a good match. I'm just saying that it's a weird booking.
Yeah. And then, because the NXT Women's Championship match has already been made for TakeOver, kind of leaves Ember Moon just kind of floundering at this point in time, and she was asked, what does this mean for you in the women's division? She says, well, once this whole match is over, then I'm going to make it it's going to be my destiny to go in there and be the NXT Women's Champion. But Liv Morgan Liv Morgan, you got some heart, but you decide you want to go after all of like the best women in the division. And she even admitted that, she's come a long way since losing to Asuka in 20 seconds. She admitted to it. But apparently, she wants to face Ember Moon in a sort of #1 contenders match to see who will face the winner of this Fatal 4-Way.
I'm going to laugh if, like, Charlotte is in the front row at TakeOver and there's just a segment where, like, Liv Morgan walks up to Charlotte and be like, I want to fight you.
I want a shot at the Raw Women's Championship.
Just like, I keep picking fights with people way tougher than me. Let's have a match.
Charlotte's like, I gotta face Bayley tomorrow, so...
Charlotte just woos at her and Liv Morgan, like, dies.
Falls over.
Falls over.
We're gonna get Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan next week.
Hey!
So we'll see how that goes for Liv. Probably won't go well.
No, because this is the second undefeated person Liv Morgan has tried to pick a fight with.
Ember Moon is still undefeated. Oh, jeez. Well, gotta give her points for trying, right? Good job, Liv.
Welcome to Give Liv Morgan points.
Yeah.
Where the points don't matter.
Whose Liv is it anyway?
You only live once.
Yeah.
YOLO!
That's actually her Instagram name.
Yep.
So then we were asking ourselves the question, what's next for Tye Dillinger? And
A sandwich.
no, I don't think
No.
that's what he had in mind. He had a
Unlimited soup salad and breadsticks.
he had a rough 2016. It was
But it was also a really good.
it was like it was the height of his career, but he just couldn't hit
He
that defining moment.
He got better and more respected and more well received by the crowd than ever before.
But he couldn't quite.
But he kept falling just short of all the different goals that he kept going after.
Yeah. And, and so it really made him question himself, especially when, William Regal gave him the option of being in the #1 contenders tournament, and he was still unable to reach that pinnacle there and beat Bobby Roode at the end of the Fatal 4-Way. And so, he's trying to find what's next for him. And then Sanity came out. And Eric Young said, I totally get where you're coming from, but you can have everything if you choose the right path and you choose the right friends.
And they offer him a spot in the group.
Alexander Wolf brings the jacket of formerly Sawyer Fulton to the ring. Tye kind of holds it for a second.
He respectfully declines.
I wouldn't call it respectfully. He did drop the coat on the floor.
It's sanity.
That's
respectful of them.
It pissed off Alexander Wolf, but Eric Young was like, hey, chill out, go back.
Yeah, because Alexander Wolf didn't realize that was respectful yet.
Yeah, no,
Eric had to teach him.
Eric's like, this is what we're going to do. So he picks up the jacket and he kind of goes on this whole thing and he's like, I was in the same spot as you last year. Like, NXT was supposed to be, the big moment for me. And I tried to do it everyone else's way, and that didn't work. So I came back, now I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it our way. And so he's, he keeps...
trying to entice him some more.
Yeah, he keeps trying to get him to that point.
Entice him.
You're awful. And then he gets to the point where he's holding the jacket and he's like, I understand I'm throwing a lot at you and I'm probably making a lot of sense, but there's a lot of things going on. So I need you to understand, I'm not asking. So at this point, Eric Young is telling him, hey, guess what? You're a part of Sanity now. And Ty's like,
no means no.
No, I'm not. And he drops the jacket again, does the 10 right in Eric Young's face. And then it's Tye Dillinger taking it to both Eric Young and Alexander Wolf. Wolf doesn't even get a chance to do much. He immediately gets clotheslined back over the top rope.
He got Santino'd out of
and Tye starts setting up for the tiebreaker on Eric Young, pulls down the knee pad, he's got him up, and then all of a sudden, Big Damo...
A huge black blob comes out of nowhere and just spears him.
Done.
It was just Damo in a hoodie.
And Eric is like in the corner like, what just happened? Damo's standing there. He ends up picking up Tye Dillinger, hits him with some sort of pile driver, like Michinoku driver or something.
It's like an electric chair into a Michinoku driver.
Yeah, he just lays.
Somebody else did that back in the day, and I can't remember who it was.
I've seen the move before, but it's an intense move.
Isn't it Kenny Omega's move?
No, his is it's kind of like that. Kenny kind of does like a variation of it. It's kind of like the one-winged angel.
Because it's one leg over, electric chair, cradled into the Michinoku driver.
That might be the one-winged angel.
Yeah.
Possibly. But...
And then he stands there completely expressionless.
Yeah. Like Damo gives no fucks. Like
almost Festus level, like, zoned out.
Not well. He doesn't have the tongue going on or nothing.
No, I said almost. But it's
he-
literally he just stared straight forward, not even at the camera, just like staring, and his face just went completely void of
He didn't
everything.
stare at the camera. He didn't stare at Eric, but Eric kind of stood up, and he's got the jacket, and he walks slowly over to Damo, and Damo takes the jacket, tosses it over his shoulder, and apparently that is the signal that he is officially a member of Sanity. Eric Young and Alexander Wolf start screaming in celebration. Nikki gives Damo a hug and then immediately regrets her decision. And they just leave Tye Dillinger laying in the middle of the ring. And now Sanity just got a little more scarier.
Yeah, and we find out because of this, Tye Dillinger will be facing Eric Young at TakeOver San Antonio.
I'm excited for that.
That's going to be a good match.
That's going to be a hell of a good match. But we finish our episode of NXT with the contract signing between glorious Bobby Roode and the NXT
We don't want to skip the fact that there was a tag team match between the Revival and TM61.
Oh, yeah. It was
before the contract signing.
It was a short match, and you already talked about the injured leg, so I thought we'd already talked about it.
Yeah, no, it was short. It was good.
Yeah, it was a lot of just working on Shane Thorne. Like immediately, Dawson hit a chop block, and it was just all work on Shane Thorne's leg. And Nick Miller was able to get a quick roll up on Dawson, I believe, while Shane was actually holding Dash and wouldn't let him get in the ring. So then immediately, it's just let's beat up on Nick Miller because Shane Thorne can barely get in the ring at this point. Yeah. They end up hitting the Shatter Machine on Nick Miller, and then I think they hit it on Shane as well, and then followed that up with their big jumping like knee breaker that they used on Cass and on Chad Gable, and just that's their thing. That's how they get the advantage on their tag team opponents, is by taking out the knee of one of the others. Now we do know that at somewhere in the NXT tapings that Shane Thorne did indeed get injured and is going to be out for a few months. So was it this one? The report I read said there was going to be the episode on the 25th, so it looked like he was pretty messed up.
Yeah, because they did one of the things that they don't do a ton on NXT is like a bunch of trainers came out to look at him.
Yeah. But there's a chance that they just did that, and then we're going to get kind of like a TM61 wants revenge next week, and then that's when the actual well, they want to get revenge.
They want revenge for the revenge.
Yeah, they want revenge.
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 Re-venge.
There's a hyphen. New level shit when you put hyphens in things.
So yeah, we don't know exactly for sure if this is the end point for TM61 for the time being, or if we've got another week. But,
or if this is just the preview for TM61 being injured.
Well, so if you didn't know before, there's a good chance that this might be the last time we see TM61 for a few months on NXT. So we'll find out next week what the direction is for the Revival, and what, maybe we'll find. I'm pretty sure Shane Thorne just had surgery, and so we should be finding out a timetable pretty soon of what his recovery time is and what his actual injury is. So we'll find out.
And then he'll learn his times tables.
I think you already did that. You learned that in elementary school.
But he forgot them all. His surgery learned them after the surgery.
Why?
Because you forget how to do your multiplication tables if you have knee surgery.
Is multiplication stored in your knee?
Yeah.
I've never had knee surgery. That's why I know my times tables pretty well.
Yeah. I've had some knee injuries. My multiplication tables are kind of fuzzy.
Gotcha. Alright. This is weird. Alright, now let's talk about our contract signing.
Yeah.
Between Bobby Roode and
they put their names on paper.
They did.
Spoiler alert. That's it.
And Bobby Roode decided he wanted to shit on the career of and the home country of Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, calling Japan the land of no talent.
Holy shit. Like,
and then actually made Shinsuke crack a smile a little bit.
A little bit. Because he knows Bobby's full of shit. Yeah, no, Bobby didn't pull any punches in this, in his side of the promo.
If he did, I didn't see it happen.
He was very direct.
It was stiff.
He's like, hey, it was strong style promo. That's what it was. He even said, he's like, you call yourself the king of strong style, but you're not a king. You're a joke. And was just...
It basically says, like, if he's the king of anything, he's the king of no style.
And he's like, you have half a haircut. You forgot to shave the other... Why'd you put the Mountie in there?
I don't know.
Podcast listeners are like, what the fuck is happening right now? The Mountie. Nope. We had that was
some of the listeners would
that
say
was
hello.
Dean Ambrose a few weeks ago on SmackDown.
Late to the game.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, but you know, Shinsuke had some good lines on his side too. You know, saying,
I'm gonna kick your head off.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick your head off. You're not gonna change NXT as long as I'm the NXT champion. And then Bobby signs a contract and says that when I take that championship from you, it's going to be good. And Shinsuke stopped him, and that's what he said. In San Antonio, I'm going to kick your head off. And then he signs the contract, and then he kind of looks around, and he says, and it will be, and Bobby is like, don't you do it! Don't you do it! That's my thing! That's my thing! He's freaking out, and then Shinsuke outstretches the arms, and the entire crowd yells glorious, and Bobby is pissed. I don't think I've seen Bobby this mad since he showed up in NXT.
They go face to face in a really homoerotic display of maybe they're gonna make out. It doesn't help that when Shinsuke does the face-offs, he does a lot of head tilting, so it almost even looks like which way do I go in?
It's like, are you gonna go left or am I gonna okay? Yeah, no, Bobby was just really mad, and
Liam Love,
and Shinsuke was Shinsuke.
No, that doesn't work.
Nope, don't force it. That was NXT. And that's the midweek wrap-up. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Vegeta?
What?
Don't forget to click all the links down in the description.
So many links! Click them all.
You can follow us on social media, get updates to videos. You can see when we post stuff.
All of the medias, which are social.
You can see when we post stuff on the Facebook for pay-per-views and takeovers, which we'll probably be doing next weekend when NXT TakeOver and the Royal Rumble are.
Smash the like button!
Please.
Like 1 billion times.
You can also check out our podcast where this, along with Indie News, Raw Review, and Tuesday Night Live will all be in podcast
Tell
form
all your coworkers to smash the like button.
over on SoundCloud. You can also check out our exclusive videos over on Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
It's reasonable with a W. Like wrestling.
Where we want to know what types of videos you want to see. You can see some of the stuff we've got over there now, where we got unboxing videos, we have ranting videos, we have our punishment videos for pay-per-views. We've got Fantasy Warfare over there. We're gonna be doing some more stuff now.
We want you to smash the like button over there too.
And then you also want to make sure that you're subscribed to this YouTube channel because we do have video exclusives. Like this week we have our 2-part review of the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament.
Go watch both parts, smash both like buttons with your dick.
And then next week we'll be having predictions for both the Royal Rumble and for NXT TakeOver. That'll probably be included in our NXT review. So you actually get that in podcast form, but not the Royal Rumble predictions. Only in video form. So be sure to check out all that stuff. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Yeah! Smash the like button.
Fuck Reddits!
Yeah, that guy was a douche.